Batavia, engine 21. Must call on the east side. Okay, we're in the layout room because we have some big things coming. And I wasn't going to do a mail call, but I got a weird package today. I have not ordered anything. And it's postmarked from the Netherlands. And the origin of goods is from Poland. I don't know anybody in Poland. I mean, there was a YouTuber that I used to follow, the couple from Jersey in the UK, but I'm not quite sure why they would send me anything, and why it would be from the Netherlands either, although they live close to the Netherlands, so I don't know. We'll get into that, but right now, we have put the picture in the community post. We have our foam knife, our insulation knife. This supposedly will cut stainless steel too. I don't know. But we're going to clean this off. Because I want to lay this down on top of this foam to cut it. That will make it easier. I can't find my measuring tape. I probably used it, and so while I'm doing this, let's talk about what's been going on. Well, on February 4th, I was sitting down at the track. She does that every night, or did that every night, for her own personal reasons, which I'm not going to get into. She has been supported in this behavior by some people, not me. I did not want my car involved in it. She basically refused to respect my wishes, which normal family dynamic. Well, at least in my family. She would go down and sit there for hours at a time waiting for 8 out of Legos. Hours at a time. I didn't really think anything of it. At 5 in the morning, Saturday, February 4th, I sent her, it was 5 in the morning. I think it was February 4th. Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember exactly. Sent her a text message asking her when she was coming home. She didn't respond to it. I went down at 6, found her unresponsive, snoring in the driver's seat. Car was running, minus 8 degrees outside. Called the ambulance, called my brother, called our friend down in Florida, who's a subscriber in the channel. Thanks to the efforts of myself, Silver Springs Rescue Squad, paramedics from Monroe Ambulance contracted to Wyoming County Emergency Services, and the doctors and nurses at Wyoming County Community Hospital and Mercy Flight of Western, and the flight nurses and pilot and EMT that was on Mercy Flight Western, and this chopper they sent out. Her life was saved, and she was flown to Syracuse for a hyperbaric chamber for carbon monoxide poisoning. That Sunday she was awake and talking in a sentence, and then falling back asleep. Then by Monday, when I visited her in Syracuse, she could have a small conversation before she fell back asleep. Then, after a week in Syracuse, the Monday after I visited her, a week later, my brother picked her up in Syracuse, brought her back to Premier Genesee in Batavia. and she was there. First week she was there, she was recovering. By Sunday she was talking normally, but she couldn't walk very well. And Sunday she started walking a quarter inch at a time. Monday they couldn't get her to walk at all. She was distant, barely talking. My brother got her to walk from the common area 5 doors down to her room, but that was it. I went to visit her. There's a truck pulling out front of my house. I went to visit her. Asked her what was wrong, why she kept losing focus. She kept kind of staring off. She would pick at the sheets and stuff like that. Then, I guess that's from food. So the thing is now, we're looking at up to a year that she will be in the nursing home before she can come home. They say that she's going to have periods of where she's better, and then she's up here, and then she's down, and then it goes down to here or lower and stuff like that. Her vital signs are good. She's not in danger. Her life is not in danger, but her mental capacity is. We won't know for sure how much damage there is long term for a while now. So right now I am here alone. I've been here alone for over 3 weeks, and I just got back from paying the water and electric bill, so don't shut that off. There's a new one out today, but I obviously picked up this package. And I wasn't going to do mail call, but I'm really wondering what the frick. Okay, so let's open this package from the Netherlands. Just because I'm not quite sure what would be sent to me from the Netherlands. It's kind of weird. That is like really weird. I have no idea. If it's somebody from a subscriber, they might want to see that I got it. I'm confused. Because I know I didn't order anything. The prize from the Train Freak, that's already here. That's downstairs in my dresser. And he wouldn't have a shop in the Netherlands. Unnamed post bus. Okay. Jason? This is weird. I have 2? And why was it sent from the Netherlands? Alrighty then. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you meant to do this, Jason, or what, but that's weird. I mean, I think if you meant to send 2, it would have been from the same country. That is weird. That is really weird. Okay, so I have 2. You already saw this on me. I'm sure it's probably this one most likely fits the same, but that is weird. That is really bizarre. It's really bizarre. Anyway, let's see how well this knife cuts. Where is it? Here it is. Let's tip this down. All right, now this lines up right there. Oh, beautiful. It takes a little effort. It does take a little effort, but it does cut. Holy shoot, that takes a lot of effort. That takes a lot of effort. Wow. So I'm not going to do this on video, because this is going to be weird editing, but I just finished cutting this piece, and Not happy with this tool. It's supposed to cut. It's designed for fiberglass insulation, but it said the package said that it would cut. It said it would cut metal, so I think it would work fine for this. Well, it cuts through. It takes a lot of effort to cut through, but look at that. I mean, what it would work for if you want like a natural looking cliff. I mean, that looks like that's a pretty natural looking cliff. If you want that, I mean, it want something like that, cut it with that. I mean, small pieces. It takes a lot of time, but it also, I mean, it tried to cut in the line. It wouldn't cooperate with me. You get these little imperfections, indentations. I mean, I'm not quite sure how that happened. I don't know. It kept catching, and it kept catching on certain points, and it wouldn't go through them. And then it would go through, but it would drag it, and it would break it and drag it with it. But this is a good way to get some natural cliffs just by cutting. So yeah, that's an idea for you. Go to Home Depot, get the $10, and cut your styrofoam insulation with that, and you get this really jagged appearance. We're not going for that, but I'm going to be getting the hot wire thing off of Amazon that Ron's Trains and Things showed. I think it was him that showed it. Then I can just take off this little bit. This is actually going to be an underpiece for probably that module. So I got to take a little bit off anyway to fit the 1x4s under here. So yeah. So it doesn't, getting a perfect cut didn't really matter, but it takes too long. It takes too long to use it. I mean, like I said, for cliffs and such, it's useful. And cutting up foam for like on your layout, yeah, you do that. You'd be doing smaller pieces if you're making like a rise or something. It wouldn't take that long. But I'm going to be getting I'm going to get a battery operated circular saw to take in the car when I go to pick up more insulation. So it might be a couple months before I can afford it. But yeah. Here's the other piece. That's the cutting from the hot knife. So that's, while it's imperfect, that's a much smoother cut. It's still got its problems. But that's the other side. That's hot knife. The things. And it would be nice to use a foam wire cutter for it, but unfortunately the foam wire cutters they make, you can't cut something this big with it, because it's just this little handle with a wire between these things, and you can't fit that over a 4x8 sheet to cut a 2.5 foot deep one. So get a circular saw that can cut through this stuff, the battery operated, and we'll go from there. All right, now for the announcements. I'm refilming this part of the video because I don't know if it's the length of the video or what, that it's not saving the video. I don't know. I re-edited the rail fanning video into 2 parts, and it saved them, but for some reason it would not save this. It would not save it as one. I don't know. It's not that much different. It's just a few minutes difference, but whatever. So refilming this, making it shorter. It was 7.5. This clip was 7.5 minutes in the original form up in the layout room, up in the workshop. So yeah. I had to, you notice a cut here because I had to get there. I guess I had to check to see if I mentioned this in one of the clips that I'm keeping. But no, this was part of the announcements. So the modular layout that I'm building upstairs, that, as I said before, but some people probably don't even know because very few of my subscribers watch my videos. And those who do don't watch them all the way through. So you probably won't even see this. The modular layout, which is a almost exact copy of a local 3-block industrial line that was abandoned in 1960 or shortly thereafter. The Wyoming County Historical Society has expressed interest in displaying that once it's done. I plan on getting it as close to done as I can in time for a festival that we have in Warsaw in the summertime. It's got Sidewalk Sales. The Railroad Club I used to belong to has a display there with my little bit more money. I don't know for sure exactly how much more money. It depends on if there are any bills that I don't know about. I mean, I found the electric, water, gas, the taxes, the fire insurance on the house. The car insurance has been reduced. So, yeah, but I don't know if there's any other bills I don't know about yet. I don't think there are. You hear the scanner going off. H-52 is in town. Then we have, might display it there if it's able to be moved. You might wait until it's done, which will be probably next year or later. I don't know. It depends on how quickly I work on it. I have to get paint for that. The paint that the goof paint that I considered using that we already have, I had thought was brown until I shined the flashlight and a little dab of paint in the top. It's actually purple. That's not going to work. That's just not going to work. No purple. No purple layout. No purple underneath the scenery. No. Dirt is not purple. Unless it's had beet spilled on it. Beet juice, maybe. Maybe it'd be purple then. Although I think beet juice is red. What would be purple? Eggplant juice? I don't know. I've only even seen an eggplant a couple times. I don't even notice if I've seen them in the produce section of stores. I probably have, but haven't paid any attention. Anyway, so that's going to be displayed. Now for the biggest news of all. Now, income increasing possibly because of only one person living on approximately the same income. That's a little bit of a plus. I mean, the circumstances not good, but having a little bit extra money, maybe, I don't know. That is that's a big plus if it's true. If I get surprised by a bill and end up going bankrupt, that's not going to happen. Anybody in the circumstances would understand. They would most likely have some type of thing to take care of that. Now, as you know, the barn was supposed to be done 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago. Before the other side of the roof got bad. Well, it now needs a whole roof. Well, my brother wants things done so that I can live here alone. And an extra thing of that is that he wants to get the barn cleaned out. So for this month, or possibly next month, depending on the weather, we are getting a roll-off dumpster and everything in that barn that is not ours, that is not good. The good stuff, there's a bunch of dressers upstairs where the layout's going to be. Those we're keeping. Going to wash them and sell them, maybe, or donate them someplace, whatever. But everything else, everything, the junk that the tenants that used to live in this house when it was a rental, it was a top bottom rental. All that stuff is going thrown out. A lot of mildew clothes and stuff, all the water damage stuff that's getting thrown out. We're also going to be rearranging some stuff in the house, taking care of some stuff the mom had been putting off, and I am going to be getting in touch with contractors to get the barn fixed. And if I can afford it, I will get water damage people to handle the wet wood and stuff and get the barn ready for a layout before 2 years from now. Possibly as early as next year or later this year. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. It might not happen that quickly. We'll just have to see. But the Binghamton Western Model Railroad is coming, and so is the Finger Lakes Northern. And that is why I have purchased a locomotive that you will see after this video is out, because you need to know this news to know why I bought this locomotive. There's actually two for that layout, but one in particular. And one of my subscribers is going to want it when he sees it. And I think you know who I'm talking about. I think you know what scheme that locomotive is in. And I clicked the end video and I forgot. From CP Silver Springs, Milepost 368, the Norfolk Southern Cylinder line on this March the 1st. Actually, it's March the 2nd because it's after midnight now. 2023. Keep on loving trains. Tim out. Look for the layout.